Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. After a slight rain delay, we are ready to go. One final game today at Skeeles Field. It is Force Ohio and T3 up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Hammer Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
It has been a very good day for baseball at Skeeles Field on the campus of the University of Akron. But it all leads up to this, the fifth and final game of the day. It is Force Ohio Cruz taking on the T3 Warhawks. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Force Ohio is going to be your home team in this game. They ended up winning the coin toss, as they will have to now take down one of the more talented 16U squads in T3. This is not the same T3 16U squad we saw on Sunday. This squad's slightly different, but still a lot of top-tier players on this roster. Their starting pitcher, Luke Jockel, one of the better pitchers over at Midview, and as well on the basketball court, one of the best players that they have. Then you look over in the defense, Peyton Wolf in center field, a star player for Normandy and Parma. Then at short, you have Manny Ramos, who actually leads us off in this game. He's going to be a rising junior at North Ridgeville. Ridgeville looking to have another big campaign, as they have really hit their golden era and their stride as of late. If the name Ramos or even Manny Ramos sounds familiar, his older brother Ed is on the Premier Ohio WRCL squad. We have seen him a good amount over the past year and a half. So at long last, we finally get to see younger bro and see what he can do here for the T3 Warhawks. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he had a .324 average this past season for the Rangers, and he looks to get only better from here. The time is 5:44, and we are underway. First pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. 0-1 the counts. On the mound for Force Ohio, it is Nate Plass wearing number 28. He just finished up his sophomore campaign not too far away from here at Firestone High School. Plass is 0-1. Ramos, a good drive deep to left center field. It is down for extra bases. Manny Ramos off to the races, and he is in at second easily. A powerful drive, first swing of the game, and it is a beauty. Manny Ramos absolutely uncorks. And once again, having seen his older brother for so long, we see where he gets that from. Leadoff man is in scoring position for the Warhawks, and that'll bring up Peyton Wolf. Wolf once again just finished up his sophomore campaign at Normandy. And from what I've been told, half the year he lives in Columbus and plays AAA hockey. So a big two-sport athlete, does not play hockey for the Invaders, but at the AAA level, that is very good. And from what we've heard, though, baseball is going to be his primary, and given how well he has played for Normandy, it makes sense. The 0-1, Wolf checks and holds back. The appeal says no. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. We did have a slight rain delay at around 5:15. The skies kind of began to open up. Only a 14-minute delay from the official start time as scheduled. And now the sun is out, and it is beating down here at Skeeles Field. The 1-1 bunt is shown. It is down the line, but foul. Count now sits at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good idea from Wolf to try and lay one down quickly. Catching the defense off guard, especially early on, is a big, big must, especially when trying to move runners along. But as he brings himself back to the batter's box, we will take a look at the rest of the batting order today for the Warhawks. Toyota in the on-deck circle, followed by Hess, Willett, Lipinski, Peters, Cook, Harold, and Jenny in the 10 slots. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count on the lefty. Plass sets and fires. Down low, nice block. Now 2-2 the count. Looking at the defense, it is Plass on the mound. Behind the dish for Force Ohio, it is Legestrand. Over at first base, it is Spate. Second is Neal as the final short. And over at third, it is Childs. Wolf chops the 2-2 foul. We will see it again. Now gandering off into the outfield, Pierce, Boyer, and Malik rounds out the defense for Force Ohio. We saw their 16U counterparts in Force Ohio. Mancuso get a big 10-0 win in the game before this against the very dangerous Release Baseball squad. Here comes the 2-2. Inside for ball 3, and we are full. T3's offense looking to get a hot start in this game, and if they can, they will be off to the races, and from there, look out. Ramos set the tempo with that big swing. Wolf trying to move him along. But first Plass is going to look him back and stride towards him, but no throw. Full count, 3-2 on the lefty. In the on-deck circle, it is Elias Toyota. Here's the payoff. It is down low in the dirt for ball 4, and that will put 2 on for Toyota. Elias, part of that very talented Amherst squad who just made it to the state championship game. He just finished up his sophomore year there, and from what we've heard, Amherst is poised to make it back to the big time. And if a couple of things go their way, they could be a team that walks out of next season with a state championship trophy to show for it. But a lot of that work, albeit not together, starts now. Toyota shows bunt, pulls it back. Ramos takes off for third. He is in, and that will put runners at the corners. Nice heads-up move by Ramos as the lead man. And now that sets up a first and third. Wolf can play some tricks. And the tricks just give him seconds. I believe based on that, they're going to call it a balk. Which is an interesting decision there. We'll see what ends up happening here as Toyota has 2 now in scoring position. And there it is. They're going to negate the pitch. So we are going to try this one again. Plass looking to get a good start. Toyota swings and misses for strike 1. Good offering from Plass, attacking the lower portion of the zone. I don't think that one was in there, but he got the chase and he got it on the pitch. Location is everything for the pitcher, and Plass knows that very well, especially against this star-studded lineup. And he's also able to connect there, now 0-2. Just happy to see the rain finally going away after a slight pause. We just got word the games at Worcester today were canceled. So that means we will not see the last game over there, which is always tough in these summer competitions. You have to play your pool play games, but sometimes Mother Nature does not cooperate. At least for now, we have baseball. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Good take from Toyota for ball 1. Thought about it, still was active, but in the end made the right choice to hold back. After Toyota, it is Logan Hess, the rising junior at Riverside. And as well, from the information that we have gathered, he is one of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup. There's a reason why he is batting in the number 4 slot. Here comes the 1-2 from Plass. Toyota hits it foul off of himself. One of the more painful feelings in all of baseball, but he does appear to be okay. Not the most obscure play we've seen. We have seen a put out after the ball hit off of the pitcher's calf. I think that will take the cake for the weirdest play that you'll see today. The 1-2 again. Ground ball chopped to the left side of the infield, picked up at short. Throw to 1 is in time for out number 1. Relay to third, not in time. He just gets in there. Either way, T3 is on the board as Ramos is able to trot on home. Excellent base running. Toyota gets the job done on the RBI ground out. Run number 2 still 90 feet away, and I think Force is going to appeal the decision. The tough one kind of just had that collision, but nothing much they can do as that was the call on the diamond. It's an out, but a very productive out for Toyota, and that'll bring up the power hitter in Logan Hess. Hess is the EH for this T3 squad. Once again, they are batting 10 in this game. As for their opponents, Force Ohio is batting a total of 11. But 1-0 T3 on top early. Hess fouls that one back. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Plass. It is off the plate, and that'll make it 1-1. So far today, a lot of interesting games, a mixed bag, and a lot of different results. Some blowouts, some closer games, and then just some in between. Wave and a miss. Now 1-2. Game number 1 today only lasted 55 minutes, and it was a 13-0 victory for the Wow Factor. They then won their second game 6-3. Third game could have been a run rule, but the Mash Factory kind of took their foot off the gas, and they ended up winning 10-6. Game number 4, back to the blowout ways, as that was 10-0 in favor of Force Mancuso. And now in this game early on, it is 1-0 T3 with their second run 90 feet away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Plass, well up and out for ball 3, and we are full. Up next, it is Noah Willett. T3 trying to put themselves in the conversation of teams who can make it to Sunday's championship round. And a win would go a long way in that regard. The payoff fouled back. Looking at today, it seems like the Wow Factor and Force Mancuso are 2 heavy favorites to make it to the championship round. Still looking for one more team to join them. Mash Factor, they are 1-1. They have that big run allowed tally. The door is still open for really a couple of teams. 3-2, swing and a miss, and there is out number 2. First strikeout of the day for Plass. But back to my point, you have both of these teams 0-0. If T3 can get a big, dominant win, that establishes 2 1-0 teams, then 1 2-0 squad. And then from there, a couple of things can go against them, but they still have the odds in their favor. Willett, the right fielder, stepping in. A new addition to this squad, as he is the second number 9. Nathan Peters, the other number 9. We will see him later on in the order as he is batting 7th. But Willett, the starting right fielder, just finished up his sophomore campaign for Elyria Catholic. And this year was an adjustment year for EC Baseball as they got used to a new conference. From the GLC, which is now basically the Cleveland West Conference minus Holy Name and EC, to the North Coast Conference, which has a mixture of teams from all across the board, but I would say, given the NDCL and Padua connection in there, primarily from the Crown Conference. The 2-0 from Plass. Swing and a miss, now 2-1. Plass is getting a lot of swings and misses so far in this first inning. Still allowed that one run, but a lot of good to work with. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner number 2 standing 90 feet away, and that one will hit the outside edge. Now 2-2 the count. Next inning for Forest, it is Estefan Boyer and Spate up to hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch from Plass. Well upstairs for ball 3, and once again behind the dish. It is a nice catch. Logestrand putting in the extra work to make sure he is able to catch those. And without that, this would be a 2-0 game. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it is going to be low for ball 4. Willett will be the second walker of the inning, along with Wolf. And they'll put runners at the corners for Hayden Lipinski. Lipinski, wearing number 6, comes to the squad by way of Hudson. And the Explorers had a great campaign, making it to the regional tournament for the first time in nearly 10 years. A lot of teams having their first regional appearances in a long time. Runner goes, and the play at the plate in time. They're going to call him out, and the side is retired. The trickery does not work in favor of T3, but we are going to take a second look at that one, as I thought the throw was late. It's a tough one, as Willett just broke from first. We're going to see it on the replay. And maybe the tag was there. I think he took a kind of awkward angle to the plate, and that is what ended up getting him out. A tough way to end the top of the first inning. Either way, T3 on the board first, up by 1. As we now go to the bottom of the third inning, we will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Skeeles Field on the campus of the University of Akron. Bottom of 1. It is the T3 Warhawks up early 1-0 on Forest, Ohio. For those just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Manny Ramos had a good start to the game with a leadoff double. He came around to score on a RBI groundout from Elias Toyota. Run number 2 almost came in to score, but in the end, the play at the plate was just in time, and that was enough to put Wolf away, ending the inning. Now for Forest, it is Estefan Boyer and Spate hitting this frame. The 0-1 in there, now 0-2. And on the mound today for the Warhawks, it is Luke Jockel wearing number 12. Jockel's 0-2. Bounced in for ball 1. Looking at Luke, just finished up his sophomore campaign for the Middies of Midview High School in the Grafton area. Not only is he great on the diamond, but also one of the best basketball players Midview has ever seen. Most threes in a game and most threes in a season belong to him. Fly ball sent into left center field, and it will drop in for a leadoff single. Alex Estefan with a nice piece of hitting to get us underway in the home half of the first. And that'll now set up Boyer. Graham Boyer, a rising junior, just finished up his year at St. Ignatius. And looking at Estefan over at first base, he just finished up his sophomore campaign at Copley in the suburbs of Akron. Nice dive behind the dish, but he is not going to be able to bring that one in. Cook gave it his all, but just in and out of the glove. Looking outside of Jockel and Cook, it is Harold at first, Toyota at second, Ramos at short, Jenny at third, Lipinski in left, Wolf in center, and Willett in right. And that sets up the defense for the T3 Warhawks. To 0-1 count on Boyer as he will earn a second life. Cook thought about the back pick, in the end holds off. Looking at the rest of the order, it's Boyer, Spate, Tober, Pierce, Plass, Malik, Neal, Lavelle, Childs, and then you have the catcher, Liljestrand. And Liljestrand up in the 7 slot, then Malik 8, Neal 9, Lovell 10, and Childs 11. 1-2 count on Boyer. The pitch. Hit foul once again. Couple of good survival swings in this at-bat. T3, they did get the first run of the game, but leading after the first is a lot more important than scoring the opening run. Here comes the 1-2, and it is in there for strike 3 looking, and out number 1. First strikeout of the day for Luke Jockel. And that now sets up Logan Spate, the first baseman. Spate plays his high school ball in the Medina County area for Highland, where he just finished up his sophomore season. First pitch, waving over the dish and out. 1-0 the count. The sun once again starting to beat through here at Skeeles Field. Good hit to the left side. It is through into left field. And that will be the second hit of the game for Force Ohio. Spate able to break that one through. Nice pieces of hitting so far in this game for Force Ohio. And now they will bring up their dangerous EH in Will Tober. Will Tober just finished up his sophomore campaign at St. Vincent St. Mary High School. Just like Boykin and Pytash in the last game, this is a homecoming for him, as Skeeles Field is St. V's home diamond. Fly ball into right. It is going to be caught for out number 2. A nice play out and right by Willett. And with 2 down, that'll now set up Cal Pierce, the left fielder. Looking at this roster and looking at Force, you usually see a lot more Cuyahoga County and maybe if you're going South Summit County players. But you do have one exception in this lineup. It is Pierce, as he just finished up his sophomore campaign in the Hartville area at Uniontown Lake. And like they are a Federal League giant, a very good campaign for them as they were able to go on the road to Alliance and get a big district semifinal victory. Swing and a miss, so 1 the count. In the top of the second inning for T3, it is Lipinski, Peters, and Cook. 6, 7, and 8. Right now the task at hand is to hold on to this 1-0 lead. But in the meantime, Jockel is going to summon his catcher. Looking ahead to Sunday, which will be our next day of operation. As of right now, we will be here at Skeeles Field 4 games, the 15U and the 16U championships for the Zips invite. That could change. We will see what ends up happening there, as there is still plenty of time until Sunday and a lot can change, even venues. The 0-1, nice block behind the dish, but no, it does get behind Cook, and that'll put 2 runners in scoring position. Now a base hit does give Force the lead. T3 needs to be careful in this frame. They cannot give momentum to Force, as this game looks like it's going to be a very gritty back and forth affair. The 1-1 is going to miss. The winner of this game will improve to 1-0 in the Zips invite and officially round out day 1 of pool play. Looking at the bracket so far, you have the Wow Factor atop with a 2-0 record. Force Mancusa with their skill, they are in the number 2 slot with a 1-1 record. 3-1 is going to miss down low for ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Nate Plass. Going past their release, 0-2, their hopes of making it to the final 3 almost gone. They need to win out, and they need some help beyond that. Same with the Mash Factory 1-1. They do need some help from some surrounding parties. The B2 Bulls, they are also in there, and they are 0-1 as they lost earlier on today to the Mash Factory. And then these two teams playing their first games of pool play. The 1-0, Plass takes down low for ball 2. It'll be interesting to see who ends up being the top teams in this competition. I've given my thoughts on the top 2 right now as things stand, and I think it might stay the same. Pass ball, and that is how we are going to tie this one up. Cook couldn't keep control, and Force Ohio is able to respond. Score now 1-1. Nice work on the bases by Estefan, able to read the down angle, takes advantage, and now the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Force can take a nice little early lead. Good response on the mound as that one will hit the strike zone. 3-1 the count. Plass taking his time. The pressure sort of gone, but still there. 3-1. That one will miss for ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and the bases are once again loaded. Wouldn't be surprised to see time called soon by T3. We've seen Cook go and talk to his pitcher a number of times, but nothing from the coaching staff quite yet. We could see that change. It's just tough. You don't want to get in his head early, but if you allow a big hit here and the skies open up for Force, that can really put you out of this game before it gets started. First pitch will hit the edge for strike 1. It is Caleb Malik, excuse me. Malik just finished up his sophomore year at Walsh. He'll chop that one over towards third. It's a foot race to the bag. And over at third base, Jenny wins that foot race to retire the side, but not before a pass ball ties up the game. Through 1 in Akron, Force 1, T3 1 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Skeeles Field here in Akron. 1-1 your score through 1 inning of work. Top of the second inning brings us Lipinski, Peters, and Cook. 6, 7, and 8 for the T3 Warhawks. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We did have a rain delay before this game got underway, but hopefully we can survive the rest of the game without another delay. That at least is our hope. A couple of other venues in these competitions not so lucky, such as the College of Worcester, as their games for the remainder of the night have been canceled. Here's the 0-1 from Plass. Chopped foul, now 0-2. But a great day of baseball at the Zips invite. Once again, the teams that are here, they are the best of the best. They had to be given the invite to be here playing in this competition. Only 7 teams made it. And as well, one of those teams playing up from the 15U division. We will see how that Match Factory squad fares as the competition goes along. Here comes the 0-2 from Plass. Down low, it misses, and that'll be ball 1. Hayden Lipinski, wearing number 6, just finished up his sophomore season at Hudson. Plass is 1-2. It is going to skip left, evening up the count. We've seen a lot of Hudson DNA this summer. A lot of players starting to really take that next step. Hudson, a great campaign. Once again, they made it to the regional tournament for the first time in nearly 10 years. But they can take a step further in 2026. And it starts here in the summer. Plass is 2-2, almost hits him. It goes above his head, and we are full. Patience is key right now. T3 looking to get their leadoff man aboard. Force looking for a quick first out. The payoff from Plass. Chopped up the middle towards second base. Going to be a tough play to make, and the ball is going to die in the middle of the infield. It is going to be a leadoff base runner for T3. You could call it an error. The way it kind of died, you could call it an infield single. Either way, Lipinski safe at first. And that is why you hustle down the line. If he was jogging down that line, knowing he would have been out, then odds are there could have been an extra play made. And now with one on, nobody out, Nathan Peters steps in. Peters just finished up his sophomore campaign at Avon. First pitch is going to hit for strike 1. And I believe Peters also does play football. So whether or not he was on the roster or not that night in Canton, he is a state champ. Before the 0-1, Plass throws back to the bag at 1, not in time. But we got to see another state champ from that Avon game a couple of days ago over at John Carroll. A lot of the Avon kids starting to kind of expand out. And now throwback to 1. He picked him off for out number 1. Excellent move from Nate Plass. And that is a big first out to get. Not only does it retire the leadoff hitter, but it also erases any potential for damage on the bases for now. A big gut punch against T3. Plass sole focus now on Peters. Peters chops it left side, scooped up at third. High throw to 1 is in time for out number 2. Nice throw across the diamond from Sam Childs. And with 2 down, that'll bring in Aiden Cook, the catcher. Cook, wearing number 19, just finished up his sophomore campaign at Walsh. Common theme on this squad, you have a lot of teams represented who made it all the way to the Final Four, 2 of which in Amherst Steel and in Walsh in Division II. And beyond that, I think that is the only 2 on this roster represented that did make it to the Final Four. 1-0 misses off the dish for ball 2. As for Force, they do have Walsh on there, but otherwise a couple of teams who fell short. St. V's, they made it to the regional tournaments. Hoban fell just short in the district finals to Rocky River. But otherwise, if you're looking at pedigree from this season alone, T3 has it. Swing and a miss on the 2-0, make it 2-1. Heavy swing upstairs from Cook, just not able to time that one up and not able to locate it. Plass is 2-1. Just a hair upstairs. Count now 3-1. After Cook, it is going to go to Phelan Harold. Plass trying to get back in it. And he will. Forces the chopped ball towards third. Throw to 1 is true, and the side is retired. Back-to-back putouts from Sam Childs ends the inning. And once again, Force Ohio, their defense doing a lot of heavy lifting. They had to play at the plate back in the last inning. This time around, they have a pickoff at first. Middle of 2 in Akron. Force Ohio 1, T3 1 your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for being our traditional broadcast sponsors today, and thank you to the 965 Midwest Challenge for partnering with us to present these broadcasts. Bottom of 2 at Skeeles Field, 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. A good game so far. Both teams able to score in the first inning. Nothing going quite yet in the second. And a lot of that is because of Nate Plass on the mound for Force Ohio. A big pickoff, earned out number 1. And from there, the defense did the rest. And that will now be some more defense out in left. It's a nice play to get it in. And that'll be a tough out number 1 to swallow for Force. Perfectly hit. That was perfect. It just didn't fall. And sometimes on those powerful swings, that ends up coming back to bite you. And that'll end up retiring Malik. First pitch in the meantime is going to miss for ball 1. It is Lejestrand, then Malik and Neal this inning. 7, 8, and 9. What a 2-0 count. Jackal sets and fires. Upstairs, missing again. Allowing a base runner with 1 down would be tough here for T3. Not a bad spot necessarily, but not where they want to be. And in the end, he is able to get one in there. Now 3-1 the count. This is one of the most important games of pool play so far. Fly ball once again sent into left field. This time it will drop on in. Ramos eventually brings it in and relays it back in to avoid any further damage, but it will be a 1-out single. Nice piece of hitting for Force Ohio, as they'll have their first base runner of the second, and that'll bring in Lavelle. That hit came from Luke Neal, the rising junior at Orange. Double play ball does end the inning, and Force knows that. They have to be careful. But the goal is to put the ball in play and do the rest from there. Looking ahead for T3, Harold, Jenny, and Ramos set to hit in the third. High pop-up. It will stay on the infield and taken in at second by Toyota for out number 2. And now Sam Childs will step in. Childs already 2 putouts today and a chance to do some damage at the plates. Looking at his high school, just finished up his sophomore campaign in Richfield for Revere. First pitch is in there for strike 1. And after Childs, we go back to the top of the order with Alex Estefan. The 0-1. Beautifully in there now, 0-2. Runner at first, 2 down, 0-2 count in the bottom of the second inning. Jocko looking to get the third out and get his offense back up to the sticks. Still keeping close tabs on the runner Neal over at first. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take off here. He won't though. The 0-2, a good pop down the left field line, and it is right into the corner of the bullpen foul. Good amount of carry behind that swing. The wind's still blowing out, but not as much as it once was. That one was more just sheer power. The 0-2, it is going to skip wide right of Cook. He's able to get there in time before there could be any advancements. Good hustle to get to that one, as that could have been another free base. A couple have already been given up in this game. And once again, a throwback to one. He's not giving up, trying to get that out. But as of right now, it looks like he just won't find it. Runner goes the 1-2, fouled away. Good swing from Childs. For those just tuning in, this game ended up starting late due to some rain. We ended up getting underway at 5:44, so that is the time that we have to work off of for a potential run rule, or time limit violation, which right now does not appear to be the case. 1-2, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Excellent pitch from Jocko as he earns his second strikeout, and the inning is over. No damage done by either party in inning number 2. We head on off to the third. Honors even through 2. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Two innings complete at Skeeles Field. 1-1 your score. Forced Ohio and T3 evened up, as this has been a good game so far. Both teams scoring in the first inning. Neither team able to get a run across in the second. And the longer this game goes on, the more and more the pressure is going to be put on both of these squads to get something done offensively. The winner in this game has a great ticket to pretty much put themselves in the favorite spot to become the number 3 seed eventually. Still early on in the tournament, yes, but these early tournament games kind of dictate how the rest goes. A hard zip on the 1-1 foul, now 1-2. And once again, going through the bracket, you have a team that's 2-0 in the Wow Factor, a team that's 1-0 in Force Mancuso. You have a 1-1 team in the Mash Factor whose runs against is really high. The other two teams 0-1. Here comes the 1-2. Bounces in, now 2-2 the count. So you're going to have, after today, 3 teams without a win. And you're going to have 3 teams without a loss. Then obviously you do have a squad in the middle ground. Time called by the umpire as he is trying to send somebody back into the dugout. Maybe a piece of equipment, as it looked like somebody was dangling a bat over the ledge. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Chopped foul over towards first. Count remains the same. Stick with us after this game goes final. Still a long ways away from that. But once this game is done, we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. And that'll be a player from the winning team, most likely. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Gonna miss upstairs for ball 3, and we are full. In the on-deck circle, it is Carter Jenny. A chance once again to put the leadoff man on. The payoff pitch. Hit foul over the Force Ohio dugouts. One of the rare occasions where a foul ball does not hit something metallic if it leaves the park. We have heard a lot of loud thuds today from that. The payoff again. Swing and a miss, and there is out number 1. Second strikeout of the game for Nate Plass. He has been on point for Force Ohio. Without him, this would be a completely different game. Not at all a bad spot to be. And now it is Carter Jenny stepping in. And it does appear we do have a late addition to the order, as we'll have an 11th hitter for T3, Jockel, in the on-deck circle. First pitch is going to hit for strike 1. Initially, it was supposed to go back to the top of the order, but opposed to being in the on-deck circle, Ramos now is in the hole. Plass is 0-1. Jenny grounds it to second, picks up, and the play at 1 is there for out number 2. Nice put out from Neal. 2 up, 2 down. That brings in Luke Jockel. 2 strikeouts so far today on the mound. And now he will take an opportunity in the batter's box to help out his cause. And outside of some offense in the first, his offense has not really provided him the spark he needs. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. This could also be a game where both pitchers exit with no decisions. And that would be really tough for both pitchers, as they have been solid in this contest. Jockel hits that one to second. Neal's throw once again on the money, and the side is retired. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings, opposed to 2 putouts at third. This time it's 2 putouts in a row at second. Middle of 3 at Skeeles Field. Force Ohio 1, T3 Warhawks 1, your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Force Ohio looking to break the deadlock as we begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-1 your score, as this game has been a close game thus far. Ground ball hits a Ramos at short. The throw to 1 takes the first baseman, Harold, off the bag, and the leadoff man is aboard. That is a good start for Force. They wanted their leadoff man aboard, and on one swing he is. It's the top of the order, Estefan Boyer and Spate hitting this frame. And that'll now see Boyer step in. 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout looking. But a chance for redemption here. Estefan takes off. It is a strike. The throw is wide right and into center field. That's a stolen base for Estefan, putting the go-ahead run in scoring position for Force. And that is a big, big play. The catcher Cook did have him by a couple of steps, but in the end, that throw curving right really killed him. Still an opportunity to work out of this, but it is going to take a lot of extra work from Jockle. Wave and a miss now, 0-2. Any extra strike that he can take on a swing and a miss, he will take. And that is a perfect example of it there. Here comes the 0-2. Runs inside, skips behind. The runner will take off. Throw down is going to be eaten. And not only does that make it a 1-2 count and keeps the at-bat going, that also now puts the go-ahead run 90 feet away from scoring. Two tough breaks to begin the bottom of the third. The 1-2 bounced in. This time Cook blocks it. Count now 2-2. And Force Ohio's dugout starting to get a little bit louder. If the dugout can get involved in this game, get a little bit more engaged, they have a good shot. Swing and a miss on the low pitch, and there is out number 1. Strikeout number 3 today from Jockle. And that'll bring in Logan Spate, the first baseman. Spate in this game, 1 for 1 with a single. And then it is Will Tober in the on-deck circle. First pitch blocked. A nice play by Cook behind the dish. 1-0 the counts. Looking ahead to this summer, not much time left to go in the baseball season. Around 2.5 weeks of play left. Ground ball hit to Ramos at short. Force will take the lead, but Ramos gets the out at 2 for out number 2. Either way, the RBI ground out does the trick, and Force Ohio has their first lead of the afternoon. With 2 down and the bases cleared, Will Tober will step back in. Tober, an opportunity to get a good hit on his home diamond. Jockle's pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Will Tober for St. V's, mainly a PO. He was their number 3 in their rotation this year behind Matt Large and Tyler Sloan. But with both graduating, he looks to be the ace of St. V's for the next couple of years. Popped up right in front of the T3 dugout, and the play is made. The side is retired, but not before Force Ohio can take their first lead of the game, courtesy of an RBI ground out from Logan Spate. End of 3 at Skeeles Field. Force Ohio 2, T3 1 your score. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of 4 at Skeeles Field. Force Ohio Cruz up 2-1 on the T3 Warhawks. For those just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Ramos cranks that one into right center field, but it will be caught for out number 1 by Malik. A simple flyout gets us underway in the 4th inning. 1 up, 1 down. And now Peyton Wolf will step back in. 0 for 0 in this game as he walked his first time up. Outside of that first inning, T3's offense has struggled to get off of the ground. They have placed guys on the bases, but they haven't been able to do much with it. And that is a big issue right now. First pitch is going to miss inside for ball 1. With nobody on and 1 down, an uphill battle this inning presents itself to T3. Ground ball up the middle. It is going to get through, and Peyton Wolf has a 1-out single. Still an uphill battle this frame, but not an impossible one. They needed a hit like that. They needed something to spark this offense. They get it there from Wolf. His job far from over. If he can move from station to station, maybe steal a base or 2, take advantage of a pass ball, then T3 can get right back in this game. All it takes is one game-changing play, or as Kurt Warner has put so beautifully, a GCP. Then this game will flip. And yes, I know that's football, but Good Morning Football, especially on game day, is one of the best shows of all time. And you got to give respect to Kurt Warner, who made one of the greatest stats known to man. First pitch to Toyota is low for ball 1. Last time we saw Elias, he grounded out to short, but in the end, that did bring in Ramos from third, opening the scoring for T3 and for both teams combined. Once again, a throwback to 1 not in time. But I'll give a lot of credit to Nate Plass in this game. He has been tremendous for Force Ohio. I did not expect this coming in. I'll hold my hands up and say this. I did not expect him to pitch like this. He has exceeded my every expectation, and he has been one of the best pitchers we've seen today, and we've seen some really good pitching. Sometimes it doesn't matter how fast you throw. It just matters, do you get the results? And so far, that is the parting line. Toyota chops that one up the middle towards short. They get the out at 2, not at 1. The first baseman came off of the bag, and that is out number 2 as a fielder's choice. Almost got the double play. We will watch that one again. Estefan does the right thing, steps on the bag, takes it himself. He knows he has the better angle. Not only do you have to have that transfer to second base to then throw to 1 without much of a shot, you don't have that good of an angle, and you'll see there, yes, he does come off of the bag. That is the right call in the end. But now with 2 outs, T3 needs another big hit. First pitch to Hess is off the plate for ball 1. Logan Hess, the EH, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. But knowing his power, the rising junior at Riverside definitely has the potential to get a big hit here. The 1-0 is up and out for ball 2. In the bottom of the frame for Force Ohio, it is going to be Pierce, Plass, and Legestrand in the 5, 6, and 7 slots. 2 balls, no strikes. Long pause from Plass. Now the pitch. Upstairs for ball 3. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist 2024 on Twitter. A lot of good posts coming up there in the next couple of days. Plass is 3-0. It is in the dirt for ball 4, and that will place another runner on with 2 down for Noah Willett. And as we're nearing the halfway point of the game, through 3.5 innings, or as the bottom of the 4th inning begins, that's the halfway point of the game. Now is the time for T3 to strike. And as well, looking at the time limits, it kind of looks like it's in line with a full 7, so that is a good thing for both teams. Lower scoring affair, so no surprise. But T3, still a good opportunity now. Not as much of an uphill battle, but still kind of a mini mountain to climb to get there. We've already seen one play at the plate go south. And if that would have been safe, then that would be the game flipped. Willett pops that one into left center field, but it will be caught, and the side is retired. Nice work from Pierce out and left to catch up to that one. Tying run stood at second, but does not advance from there. Middle of 4 at Skeeles Field on the campus of the University of Akron. It is forced Ohio up 2-1 on the T3 Warhawks. You are watching the 2025 Zips Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and with more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Akron. Bottom of 4, 2-1, force Ohio on top. This has been a great game so far. This is what you want to see from your nightcap. A very competitive game from start to finish. Weak grounder to second, throw to 1. Desperately there in time for out number 1. And that'll retire Pierce. But a tough play from Toyota. Just kind of had to force that one out, but in the end, got it there just in time. And that is why in every single play, you have to have that sense of urgency. No matter if you're down 15-1, up 15-1, in this case, down 2-1. You got to make every play if you can. You got to bring that urgency and that hustle. If you bring the hustle, that separates you from, I would say, 75% of players. Hustling in your mind is one thing, but truly giving it your all is a completely different thing. And that should be the parting line of hustle. Plass pops that one off to the left, and it will just get out of play. I think Jenny had a piece of it in his glove, and it just kind of fell out. But to be fair, he did extend his arm as far as humanly possible over the fence to try and make that play. Just couldn't come up with it in the end. No balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. It is going to get behind. Now 1-2. In the on-deck circle after Plass, it would go to Liljestrand. Liljestrand is the starting catcher for Force. Good pop from Plass into center field, but caught by Wolf for out number 2. A lot of hard hit balls into the outfield in this game. But outside of Ramos's big double, nothing really falling. 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring in Liljestrand. Starting catcher 0 for 1 in this game with a ground out to third. In the 5th for T3, it is Lipinski, Peters, and Cook, 6, 7, and 8 set to step in. Jocko misses down low for ball 1. In the meantime, there is some action in the bullpen for the T3 Warhawks, as we could see a pitching change very soon. The 1-0 reconnects, now 1-1 the counts. Don't know if we need to see that pitching change yet, but I kind of think it is coming soon, whether it be this inning or not. Good rope down the left field line. It is fair, and that is going to be extra bases. Liljestrand into second base standing, and that is a big breakthrough hit for Force. They needed a swing like that to keep the offense grooving, and there it is. Even more so with that pitcher warming up, I feel like time will be called soon to talk to Jocko and give the pitcher some time to get ready. And it's a tough call if they want to make that change right now or not. I say the answer is no, you don't pull him yet. But if another run scores, maybe you do. The way it is, Caleb Malik, the rising junior at Walsh, stepping back in. 0 for 1 in this game with a fly out 2 left. They'll chop that one towards Ramos at short. Strong throw across the diamond, and with a stretch of Harold at first, it is in time, and the side is retired. A 2-out double gives a scare to the T3 defense, but he does not come around to score. For complete in the heart of Akron, it is Force Ohio up 2-1 on the T3 Warhawks. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Heading into the fifth inning, the T3 Warhawks have some work to do as they find themselves down 2-1 against Force Ohio Cruz. For those just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. First pitch from Platts hits the inside edge for strike one. It's Lipinski, Peters, and Cook, 6, 7, and 8 hitting in this frame. And right now the focus for T3 is to get base runners, get somebody they can move along, and something to work towards. But Force Ohio has held this offense to only one run, and that was all the way in the first inning. Just they haven't been able to get much done. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Plass, fouled away, and it will stay inside the park as it rings back off of the net. Once again, thank you to the University of Akron for allowing us to use their press box today here at Skeeles Field. And if we are here on Sunday, we thank them in advance for that as well. Plass is 0-2. Good drive down the left field line, but foul. And it appears that Manny Ramos' dad has missed the play over in foul territory and out of the park. He's a coach of his own right, but unable to make that play. Has a pair of foul balls to chuck back in. Once again, always good to cover the Ramos kids. Got to see Ed Ramos for premiere once again, and this is the first time we actually get to see Manny, and he has been really good so far. He does have that double, 1 error, but otherwise he has been pristine over at short. No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Lipinski. Ground ball hit up the middle. It has a chance to get through into center, and it will. It is a leadoff base knock for Hayden Lipinski. He is now 2 for 2 on the day. Dream start to the inning. A couple of foul balls. He fought. He battled in there, and finally he got his breakthrough, just sneaking it past Neal at second base. T3 wanted somebody to move along the bases, and now this is their chance. And now on this chance, do you get creative? Do you get fancy here? Do you lay down some bunts? How much do you trust your offense here? No bunt shown there, as that'll be a first pitch ball off the plate. It's a tough spot. You can be aggressive if you are T3, but to put a runner in scoring position, albeit at the price of most likely an out, that's not a bad idea for them. We'll see what they can do here. The 1-0. Grounded towards third. Throw across the diamond is in time for out number 1. Nice hard throw from Childs. In the end, that basically does the same thing as a bunt. It moves the runner up into scoring position at the cost of an out. And now Aiden Cook will step in The catcher 0 for 1 with a ground out to the third baseman, Childs. Just to put this out there, 3 putouts today from Childs, 2 against Peters, as that was one of them moments ago, 1 against Cook, and a chance to leave the 7 and 8 portion of the box score with just simply himself taking control. But that would not be a good thing for T3 given where the runners are. First pitch is going to be in there for strike 1. Tying run in scoring position for T3, top of 5, 1 down. Naplash trying to hang on to what is looking like a great winning performance. We did see some action in the T3 bullpen looking at their pitching, but right now there is none. Jockel could come back out, but we also could see the call to the bullpen made for the first time in this game. The 0-1 from Plass misses low. A lot of interesting games happening tomorrow. But the big one over at Munson, it is going to be the 16U Battle of the Titans, if you will. It is the Wow Factor taking on Force Mancuso. That is a big game to look at. We will not be there for that game, but if you are in the Canton area, I would highly recommend making your way to Thurman Munson for that game, even if you are a neutral, as that has the makings of a great classic pool play game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Cook. Look back, no throw. No contest. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Cook. Plass does have a play over at second base if he wanted it. Instead, pitches and misses up and out for ball 2. Flashing ahead to the bottom of the frame, it is Neal, Lavelle, and Childs. 9, 10, and 11 set to hit in the frame. And depending on what happens here, they might need to do some damage. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, Plass looks back the runner, no offering. Still a shot here. Plass is 2-2. Up and out for ball 3, and we are full. In the on-deck circle after Cook, it is Phelan Harold, the first baseman. But it does appear he will be replaced. That is Caden Kostak warming up. Plass throws back to second finally, but not in time. Phelan Harold did just come back from injury, so that could be a factor in that decision to pinch hit him here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a chance to put 2 on with 1 down. Plass, his payoff pitch, driven foul. And that one is towards First Energy Stadium off to our right. Once again, a lot of metal here at Akron's Athletic Complex. Not only do you have 3 press boxes, which in the reach of the baseballs, you also have a track off to the left. And then if you're really feeling punchy, you can really rope a ball over to Infocision. Payoff pitch, once again driven foul, and once again towards the soccer field. I've said it a couple of times, but just a beautiful complex here at Akron. They've done a great job with this facility. You have the soccer field over to our right. You also have an intramural field behind it. Just well done over here. Well kept up and well maintained. 3 balls, 2 strikes, still the count. Still a good battle between Cooks and the pitcher Plass. But Plass is going to lose that one. Cook will walk, and that'll put 2 on with 1 down. Could see some action soon in the bullpen for Force. I think first time is going to be called. But right now, either one is a likely option. Nothing yet, as we are going to see Kostiak step in. Kostiak just finished up his sophomore campaign in Brecksville for the Bees. Plass's pitch misses inside for ball 1. And this inning just has the feeling of, if it's not now, it's never for this squad. T3 needs something this inning. Something to get the offense back on track. They have 2 runners on, which is great and all, but they need something that will stay on the scoreboard. The 1-0 skips behind, and that is after it hits Kostiak. The bases are loaded. Bases loaded, one down. It is Carter Jenny stepping in. After Jenny, it's Jockle, then top with Ramos. A big opportunity for T3 once again. They got to score. They got to get somebody home in this inning. It's not a desire. It's not a want. It's a need at this point. This is the best the offense has looked in this game outside of that first inning. The time has to be now, and they know it. Carter Jenny wearing number 24 once again finished up his sophomore year at Avon a few months ago. First pitch from Plass is upstairs for ball one. And seeing that Jockle is in the on-deck circle, I assume he is coming back out for the bottom of the fifth. If not, they would have most likely pinch hit him. The 1-0 upstairs for ball two, and there is going to be some action in the bullpen for Force. I believe that is Jaden Greenwood heading on off to the pen. Time now called, and this visit, one of two things, or most likely both. One, settle down Plass. Two, give the new pitcher time to warm up. And I do kind of feel like the time to warm the pitcher up is going to be big. We could see a guy like Will Tober come on, but I don't think this is where you use his outing. He's already hitting. He's going to go down to his coach. I think it's more just to talk things through real quick before heading on back to the dugouts. Plass and company looking for a very successful powwow. Force still up 2-1, but with the bases loaded, one down, that can change really, really quick. And it is already a 2-0 count on Carter Jenny. Base hit ties up the game. Extra base hits, and T3 can establish a nice cushion. The 2-0, it is going to be in there for strike one. A great response from Plass. Needed something to connect, needed something to find the zone. After the visit, settled his nerves down a little bit. It's one pitch, but he needs a couple more just like it. Here comes the 2-1. Takes it, but it's on the outside edge for strike two. From 2-0 to 2-2. If Plass can get this strikeout, then all momentum will be with him on the mound. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and there is out number two. Strikeout number 3 today from Nate Plass, and it comes at a big time. And now it is Jockle stepping in, trying to tie up the game. Base is still loaded, but 2 outs. Force anywhere ends the inning. The pressure is truly on. First pitch to Jockle is in there for strike one. The top of the order is waiting in the wings, and they want a shot at this. No balls, 1 strike to count. Plass sets and fires. In there, 0-2, right down Broadway. Nate Plass 1 strike away from getting yet another strikeout and getting out of this inning. Already 3 today for him. No balls, 2 strikes. Plass sets and fires. It is upstairs, well high for ball one. Good take from Jockle. I don't think there was really a risk that he was going to swing. But always good to take it. You now see the ball. Still a 1-2 count. You have to protect. But that gives you a second to take a slight deep breath. The 1-2 just off the plate. But he is going to have to do it again and bring it in a little bit. A big call on the outer edge of the plate. Count now even. You could say a second life for T3. And the 2-2 is upstairs for ball 3. We are full. The runners are in motion on this pitch. Can they do it here? 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Plass looking for a big out, but first he will look back the runner. And in the end, no throwback. Once again, no surprise there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Nate Platts gets the job done. His 4th strikeout, and the bases are stranded loaded. Beautiful pitch. Gets the chase on the outer edge of the plate. And Nate Platts, when push comes to shove at a big time, locks in and gets that final out. Bases loaded behind him, but nothing comes to pass. Middle of 5 at Skeeles Field. Force Ohio hanging on, up 2-1 on the T3 Warhawks. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. T3 was within striking distance of tying this game up in the top of the 5th, but just couldn't push that run across. Now in the bottom of the inning, it's time to try and lock things down defensively before giving it another crack on the offensive end of things. 0-1 the count. Jockel's first pitch able to find the zone. Ground ball hit to the right side of the infield, picked up at first, and the play is easily made for out number 1. And over at first base, it is Harold staying in. So that was just a traditional pinch hit from Kostiak. And that was something to look at in between the innings, as that was a big decision to be made of would he come back out or would he not? And same with Jockel. Jockel is back out there. There is some action still in the pen. So I'm sure that means he has a very small leash. First pitch upstairs and well behind for ball 1. It is Lavelle stepping in for the second time. He pops out to Toyota, his first time up at second. The 1-0 is in the dirt, now 2-0. Both squads with some action in the bullpen. T3 action a lot longer than what we've seen from Force. The 2-0 is bunted off to the right side, picked up by Jockel. His underhand flick is in time for out number 2. And with a 2-0 count there, I don't understand the bunt. You can give the ball a ride, try to put the ball in play, but the bunt right to the pitcher, nobody on to move along. I get the speed part of it, but that's where you lay it off to the left and try to beat it out there. An interesting choice there from Force. First pitch to Childs is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Jockel trying to earn himself a couple of extra batters this outing. Either way, he has done a good job only allowing 2 runs. Blast doing just a little bit more, allowing 1. The 1-1 skips right for ball 2. And going back to the top of the inning, he loaded up the bases. He got himself in the mess. He knew that. But he got himself out of it. It wasn't a pop-up on the infield and a ground ball. It was 2 strikeouts. He put himself in that spot, and he got himself out of it. That is true determination and leadership from Nate Platts. And assuming we see him again in the 6th inning, I would expect to see more of the same. If he can keep it 2-1, I think he rides this one out. The 2-2 hit down the line, foul. The only other concern there is the pitch count. But I think if he is showing enough prowess on the mound and he is getting the results that you want, I don't see a reason to take him out of the game unless he doesn't think he can throw at his best anymore. The 2-2 again from Jockle. It is upstairs for ball 3, and we are full. Looking ahead to the 6th frame, it is Ramos, Wolf, and Toyota 1, 2, and 3 for T3 that are set to come in and hit. Jockle's payoff pitch, and it will miss for ball 4, and that'll put Childs on with 2 away, and back to the top of the order we go with Alex Estefan. Estefan in this game has reached twice, 1 on a single and 1 on an error from Ramos at short. Runner fakes. Jockle's pitch is in there for strike 1. And I think we're going to see an aggressive approach from Childs at first. He wants to take that extra bag, and I think he is going to try and bait a throw to make it happen. Ground ball off of Jockle. His day is more than done, and the side is retired. A hard hit ball up the gut. It's off of his foot. And he is going to get some attention now, and as that happens, we will step aside, force Ohio through 5. Up 2-1 on T3. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Nate Plash remains on the mound for the top of the 6th inning. Force looking to hang on to their 2-1 lead. It's Ramos, Wolf, and Toyota 1, 2, and 3 hitting in this frame as well. At the end of the 5th inning, we did see a scary play as right up the middle, Jockle got hit by a hard hit ball. He does appear to be okay, but I would be surprised to see him put back out on the mound. It looked like more of a shock injury. That's why he wasn't getting up. But still, that was a hard hit ball. Tough play to make. And I kind of think resting him right now is the best course of action. We will see what he says. He might say he's okay. But I think erring on the side of caution is best right now. But once again, I'm not in the dugouts. I'm not hearing what they're saying or wasn't on the field when it happened and didn't see it firsthand like that. So there could be some extra outliers that we are not taking into consideration. But still, I would assume his day is done. The 2-0 is in there for strike 1. So far in this game, Ramos has a double and a fly out to right. That double was a great way to begin the game for the T3 offense. But since then, they are waiting for a spark hit just like that one. Fly ball sent into left field. And Pierce is under it for out number 1. A simple put out gets us underway in the 6th. Now we will see Peyton Wolf step back in. The center fielder has walked and has singled in this game. Time now called. Plass is going to be taken out of the game. 5 1/3 of an inning of work. 1 run allowed, and he is currently in line for the win. Nate Plass has been tremendous today for Force Ohio, and he could potentially be a candidate for player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, but we will see how this one ends up ending. Opposed to who we saw initially, as that was Greenwood, it is going to be Graham Boyer coming in, it appears. He was in center. He was taken out a little while ago, presumably to warm up, and It is going to be Boyer on the mound for Force Ohio. As Boyer warms up, we will step aside here on SmeeSports. Graham Boyer all warmed up and ready to go for Force Ohio. Top of the 6th inning, 1 down. It is Force up 2-1 on the T3 Warhawks. The sun's starting to hide again here at Skeeles Field. The time locally 7:12. We should have a full game in as long as this inning does not last forever. We have until 7:44 to start an inning. And even if this one were to go to extras, I think we would be able to get one frame in. But right now the focus is on T3's offense as they try to tie this game up first of all. They fell just short in the 5th inning, bases loaded, couldn't get anything done. Back-to-back strikeouts ended the inning, and Plass walked out of their hero, and that is how he exits the game. The 2-1 misses upstairs for ball 3. He has been tremendous in this game and really just a big piece of momentum for Force. Without him, this game would be different. The 3-1 is upstairs for ball 4, and Wolf will reach for the 3rd time today, 2nd time on a free pass. There still is some action in the bullpen for Force. They could bring on a true closer in the 7th, especially if this inning does get away from Boyer. It is Elias Toyota trying to move Wolf along. Toyota pops that one foul and off towards the soccer field to our right. In the bottom of the inning for Force, it is going to be the top of their order, Estefan, Boyer, and Spate hitting. The 0-1. Got a hit, now 0-2. Toyota in this game, a ground out RBI and a fielder's choice. Wolf looking ready to go over at first base. The 0-2, he stays put, but now he will go on the ball skipping left. And that is enough to move him up into scoring position. Excellent work by Wolf, taking advantage of that ball skipping wide left. And now an even better opportunity for the T3 Warhawks to tie this game up at 2. All it takes is one good swing here from Toyota. The 1-2, down low for ball 2. And an awkward twitch there from Boyer. If he does that and looks back, there is going to be a balk. It looked awkward from here. I don't know if that's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but It looked like he kind of gave a slight twitch back. We'll see if he does it again here on the 2-2. More fluid that time, but he will still miss off the plate for ball 3. In the on-deck circle after Toyota, it is Logan Hest and Noah Willett. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down in the inning. And time is called. Toyota trying to focus up here. Poking the ball to the right side might be his best bet. You can see where the second baseman is playing while covering Wolf. That gives him a slot. The payoff pitch, it is pushed to the right, but foul. And well in the air. Just a reminder to the fans watching on at home, if you want to make it out to a game the next 2 days, there's a lot of great ones to choose from. If you download the Exposure app and find the 965 Midwest Challenges Zips invites, you can get full access to the schedule or go to their website at the 965midwestchallenge.com. Once again, payoff is fouled away. Highly recommend the Forceman Cuso versus Wow Factor game tomorrow at Thurman Munson. Then on Sunday, our plan is to be back here at Akron, at least as of right now, but we'll see if that ends up happening or not. Just depends on some logistics. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Here comes the payoff pitch again. Toyota pops that one into center field. It will be caught for out number 2, and there will be no further advancement from Wolf. That is a big way to earn the outs. You keep Wolf at second base. You make this team work, and now it is Logan Hess trying to tie up the game for the T3 Warhawks. Force has been up against the wall for the past couple of innings. They have bent plenty of times, but they are yet to break. But there is only so long that you can go without breaking. Good drive to the right side. It is through into right field. They are going to test it. The play at the plate will not happen, and we are tied up at 2. Logan Hess finds the breaking point at long last. Beautiful drive off to the right side. T3 needed something, and there it is finally. Just no way the throw was going to come home in time. They don't test it, and that is the right call. Now Noah Willett will step in. But the kicker here, Nate Plass no longer in line for the win. It is going to be a no decision for one heck of an outing. That is just really tough, but that's the nature of the game. Chopped right side, through to second, throw to 1 in time. Excellent work by Boyer on the mound, able to come over and cover, and the side is retired. But we at long last have a new ball game. Middle of 6 in Akron. Force and T3 tied up at 2. This is the 2025 Zips invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Time now for T3's call to the bullpen. It is Aaron Paretsky, the rising junior at Ignatius, coming on to pitch in place of Jockel. Jockel, 5 innings of work, 2 runs allowed, and he will have a no decision just like Plass. First pitch from the new pitcher is in there for strike 1, just on the inner portion of the plate. But Paretsky trying to use that Ignatius pedigree to will himself to a good outing. The 0-1 runs inside, and it will hit the leadoff hitter. And Boyer will easily reach. A hard hit right off of him, and now with the leadoff man aboard, that will bring on Estefan to run in place of Boyer, as he is the pitcher. But it is Spate stepping into the batter's box. But that was a painful, painful take off the back. Hopefully Boyer will be okay to come out and throw in the 7th. Spate so far in this game, an RBI ground out and a single. So overall, 2 productive at-bats. Fly ball sent foul, 0-1 the count. If Force is able to get one more run on the board and T3 can't respond, that would be a gut-wrenching loss for them. They fought all game to try and take back that lead, or at least tie it. They tie it up, and then Force takes it from them. But Force has a lot of work to do to enforce that narrative. Runner will go, but it is fouled back, making it an 0-2 count. Estefan getting a little greedy and anxious over at first base. And you really cannot blame him here. He knows this game doesn't have much time left. He wants to leave his mark as a base runner. And no better way to do that than helping your team take the lead back. Fly ball skied just over into the outfield. Now bringing back into the infield. Ramos under it is able to catch it for out number 1. And that is a big forced pop out. Now Will Tober, the EH, will step in. Once again, Tober on his home diamond, over 2 today. But always a chance to do something in his 3rd at-bat. Looking ahead for T3, they have some of their power hitters still yet to bat. And looking at their order, it is going to be Lipinski, Peters, and Cook. So 6, 7, and 8. Runner goes. Tober takes inside for ball 1. Throw down, not in time. It is a stolen base for Estefan. And that will put the go-ahead run into scoring position. An even better opportunity for Will Tober. 1 ball, no strikes. Paretsky sets, checks, and delivers. It's going to hit the outside edge. Now 1-1 the counts. Good response by Paretsky. Needs to keep this one close. Needs to settle things down a little bit here, as this is a dicey situation for the T3 defense. The 1-1 misses low for ball 2. The winner of this game will exit pool play today as the number 3 seed heading into day number 2. The 2-1 ground ball left side, scooped up at 3rd. Throw across the diamond is in time for out number 2. But that will put the go-ahead run 90 feet away from scoring. Excellent double clutch over at 3rd. He did the right thing. But in the end, it will not prevent the runner from moving up. And now it is Cal Pierce, the left fielder, with a chance to give Force back their lead. And if not him, it is Nate Plass. And Nate Plass wants an opportunity here to help out the cause. First pitch is going to miss off the plate for ball 1. But what a game as our nightcap. The closest one of the day so far. Nothing separating these teams for now. The 1-0 misses in the dirt for ball 2. Both bullpens right now are empty. So it looks like we are going to see the same guys back out on the mound in the 7th. And really no surprise there. The 2-0. Good drive over to the right side, but it is caught by Toyota, and the side is retired. Nice catch by the second baseman to put an end to the 6th inning. It is time for the nitty-gritty. 6 complete, 2-2 your score. It's simple. Whichever team is able to win the next individual inning will be the team that walks out of here with a win. It is the battle for third place exiting day 1 of pool play here on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Well, here it is, most likely the final inning of this game. We do have until 7:44 to start a new inning. It is still starting to get dark out here in Akron. No lights, which really doesn't matter as this is a timed game. But it won't matter if one of these teams is able to take the lead or win the game here. Top of the 7th, 2-2 your score. First pitch is a strike, 0-1 the count. As expected, Graham Boyer remains in the game on the mound for Force Ohio entering the final frame. And both sides have crickets in their bullpens. The 0-1's going to miss low now, 1-1 the count. Hayden Lipinski back in, 2 for 2 today. One of the best guys that you could possibly have up here in a leadoff opportunity. The 1-1 taken for ball 2. Close miss. I'm going to say it didn't break in time. But that looked a lot like it was going to be a strike from here. The 2-1. Lipinski chops it towards the right side. Nice play on the hop. And there is out number 1. Excellent adjustment made by Luke Neal over at second. Actually, no, a substitution has been made. That is Lavelle now over there. So Lavelle has entered the game in place of Neal over at second. We will see what other changes we can find as this game comes to a halt and conclusion. One down as Nathan Peters now steps in. A pair of groundouts to his name so far today. And there is a chance that we do have a quick 7th inning and that we would, for the first time in pool play this summer, see extras. As I believe it is a time limit thing, not a, okay, you played 7 thing. But if the game were to be done at 7:44, and that's when the bottom of the 7th ends and nobody has scored and we're tied, the game ends there. The tie could be the most likely scenario here with 15 minutes to spare. The 1-1 in there for strike 2. And that would really put an interesting dynamic into play in the group. Even more so, you have to win as you need that opening win, but 0-1 just doesn't feel right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Down low for ball 2. Looking at force in the bottom of the inning, it's Plass, Lil Strand, and Malik. The 2-2 bounces in and we are full. T3 can also simplify things by getting a run of their own to come around and score. This is most likely their final chance to do so, and they know it. Full count, 3-2 with 1 down. Boyer's payoff pitch. It is up and in for ball 4. And with 1 down, there is life on the bases for the T3 offense. They needed a base runner. They needed some kind of spark this inning, and there it is. And now that sets up Aiden Cook, the catcher. Cook does have that late season pedigree with Walsh making it to the Final Four where he plays high school. Chopped foul into the glove of the catcher. 0-1 the count. Great game so far. Once again, the start time was delayed by 15 minutes-ish due to rain. The 0-1 going to be blocked. Now 1-1 the count. Regardless of how this game ends, we will see the bottom of the 7th inning. Now the 1-1. Good drive into deep center field. Still going back. It is down for extra bases. And that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It will be. T3 has the lead. They have done it. What a swing from Nathan Peters. Time now called. Forces astonished. It is a pinch hitter actually who came in. It is Cook with the swing. And Cook, the man of the hour, gets it done. And he brings in Peters. What a swing. RBI triple is down. And it is the T3 Warhawks up late. And now this could be the call to the bullpen. It'll be interesting if they do make that decision here. And it looks like they will. T3 absolutely stunning force in the top of the 7th inning. Aiden Cook, a powerful swing well over the center fielder's head. And now, it's a big call here. It is going to be Will Tober coming on. Now the question is, how many pitches can you cap him at? He has to start another game in this competition, and they know that. Will Tober, he can work quick, but with a runner at third, this is going to be a tough spot. Either way, as Tober warms up, we will step aside. T3, at the end of the game, finally takes their lead once again. Now 3-2 your score. Will Tober seems ready to go, and so are we in the top of the 7th inning. At long last, a big swing from Aiden Cook sends the ball over the center fielder's head. It is a big RBI triple, and for the first time since the first inning, it is the T3 Warhawks on top 3-2 against Forest, Ohio. An insurance run 90 feet away as we are going to see Harold step in again, it appears. Infield is in to cut off a run at home. Swing and a miss, 0-1 the counts. Harold was taken out for one at-bat in which his replacement, Kostiak, reached on a hard 90. But Will Tober, arguably the ace of this group, coming on here to try and seal down the 7th. It's a bold move, especially as he comes in and uses an outing. He does have to kind of keep that pitch count in mind. Can't be out here for too long, otherwise he cannot be used again in this tournament, and that would be a big blow for Force. Tober's 1-1. Hits, now 1-2. But after Harold, it would be Jenny for T3. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Tober sets up and delivers. Hit foul. So we will see another chance for Harold to drive the ball. And as the time continues on, regardless of the result in the bottom of the inning, this is going to be the final frame of the game. And a very good game. Ball right side, picked up at second, throw home, not in time. And that is an insurance run added on for T3. Now a 4-2 ball game. That is a big call to throw home. Kind of that bobble brought him in. And that is enough now to establish that cushion. That run will belong to Boyer. Tober so close to getting that strikeout, but in the end didn't get it done. And now it is Carter Jenny, the third baseman, back in. T3's offense through 6 innings before this, 2 runs. In the 7th alone, 2 runs. And there might be more. Good drive into center field, but it will be called off and caught for out number 2. And now we will see who actually steps in this slot. As we see the jersey turn around, that is going to be Paretsky. Paretsky will replace Jockel even in the batter's box as well. Jockel 0 for 2 today. Paretsky trying to correct that in the number 11 slot. If Paretsky gets on, we would see Manny Ramos once again at the top of the order. As for forces, they're going to need a whole host of runs. It is Plas, Logestrand, and Malik. 6, 7, and 8. Tober's 1-0. Down low for ball 2. Force Ohio controlled this game throughout pretty much the entirety of the contest. But at this final hurdle, T3 has taken it back. Throwback and not in time. A lot of pressure on this Force defense, and you can tell just body language-wise, they're stunned. Still some time for them to get out of this and potentially tie up the game in the bottom of the inning. But winning the game, they would need right now 3 runs to make that happen. And once again, only scoring 2 so far in this game. It would take a lot of offense to make that happen. 3-0 count here on Paretsky. Tober's pitch is going to miss, and it is ball 4. That sends us back to the top of the order with Manny Ramos. A lot of hard hit balls today. 1 double and 2 flyouts, 1 to each corner of the outfield. And Kostiak is back in the game now as a courtesy runner in place of the pitcher Paretsky. But if T3 can bring in 2 more runs here, then that will definitely do it. Tober trying to settle in and get some outs. First pitch misses high for ball 1. 2 outs in the inning. They need 1 more to get out of it. But if Tober doesn't get Ramos here, we might need to see another pitching change to keep his pitch count low. The 1-0 down low for ball 2. As expected, no action in the bullpen. If somebody does come on, it'll be a position player to just kind of settle things down and try to keep this one close. But I think Tober is going to be the ride or die regardless. Here comes the 2-0. It is going to hang up for ball 3. After Ramos, it is Wolf. And Wolf could step in with the bases loaded. Will Tober needs a strike. And he will not find it. It is a 4-pitch walk. And the bases are loaded for Peyton Wolf. A big opportunity for T3 to completely slam the door shut. Bring in really more than 2 runs. This one's over. The lefty, a favorable matchup here. He will bunt, popping it left side, but it is going to break foul. If that stayed fair, that was going to be genius. But in the end, Wolf does not get the lucky hop as it goes foul. 0-1 the counts. But I like that idea. They're trying to get creative here. And that creativity in this final inning has really sparked this offense at long last. We've been wondering who is going to step up and make that big play. Who is going to get that big hit? In the end, it was the catcher who had a couple of mistakes earlier on in the game that ended up tying it up for Force. He made amends when it mattered most. And right now, with the bases loaded, T3 loving this game. The 0-1 misses low. Now 1-1 the count. to refresh your memory, it is going to be Plas, Lojestrand, and Malik hitting in the bottom of the inning in the 6, 7, and 8 slots. Tobers 1-1 upstairs for ball 2. And once again, going to that pitch count, how much time do they give him here? It's a tough one as you don't want to prematurely take out your pitcher, especially in a somewhat close game. But now a 3-1 count as Tober just threw his 17th pitch. You have to be careful as there are still other games to play in this contest and in this tournament. And excuse me, that was his 18th pitch. So this is going to be number 19. The 3-1, it is low for ball 4, and that will walk in a run. T3 now up by 3. And now it is Elias Toyota stepping in, and he has a big opportunity as well, just like Wolf and Ramos in front of him, to drive in a couple of runs. But so far in this outing, Will Tober, 3 walks allowed. And they're back to back to back. That time he's able to connect for strike 1. But out of nowhere, the T3 offense comes alive. 2 runs through 6 innings. So far, 3 runs through 2/3 of an inning. Toyota, a deep crack into left field. It is going to be down. That is going to bring in 2 runs, and that is going to make it a 7-2 ball game. Now Toyota joins the hit parade, making a 5-run contest. When it rains, it pours, and it is pouring runs for T3 and Akron. A 2 RBI single for Elias Toyota. Now 3 RBIs on the day. Logan Hess steps back in. He tied it up in the 6th. And now a completely different scenario that he walks into here. And he takes that one into right center. It is also down. This one is extra bases for Hess. 1 run is in. Toyota, he is going to come around and score. It is a 2 RBI double for Logan Hess. Make it 9-2 T3. Completely out of nowhere, this rally comes in, and that slams the door. 3 RBIs for Hess, 3 for Toyota. In the 3 and 4 slots combined, it is 6 RBIs. Tober's day is done. It is going to be Jaden Greenwood, the rising senior at mentor, coming in. Once again, we have the call to the bullpen. Top 7, 2 down. T3 out of nowhere, up by 7. We will step aside after we hear a word from our sponsors on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Jaden Greenwood ready to go on the mound for Force Ohio in the top of the 7th inning. T3 has finally had an offensive explosion, plating 7 in the frame, and they now lead this one 9-2. Willett trying to bring in run number 10 from second here with 2 away. First pitch from Greenwood is going to miss well off the plate for ball 1. But talk about this for a statement performance. Really out of nowhere once again. This was not expected to happen in this inning. The Warhawks, they got their breakthroughs, they took advantage of their hitting, and they now are well on their way to a victory. Right now, Force just needs to find the final out of the top of the inning. 2 balls, no strikes to begin the at-bat on Willett. Greenwood sets and fires. Upstairs for ball 3. In the on-deck circle, it is Hayden Lipinski. And Lipinski was the man who led off the inning. And he grounded out, keep in mind. We just have had a lot of great hitting and a lot of patience so far down the stretch. 3-0 is low for ball 4. It is yet another walk. That is the 5th walk of the inning surrendered by by Force. And now Lipinski back in 2 for 3 today, 0 for 1 in the 7th. As they went around the horn and back to the top, this will be the 12th hitter of the frame. First pitch high for ball 1. And not that it needs to be stated, especially with this lead, the time limit has been reached. So this is the final inning. Here comes the 1-0. Misses inside for ball 2. Keep in mind, this isn't a run differential tournament. This is a runs allowed tournament with T3 only allowing 2. This is going to go down as a great performance to open up the play and competition. 2-0 is going to hit for strike 1. But what an outstanding job by the T3 Warhawks here in the top of the 7th inning. Out of nowhere, they get the big hits. 2-1 is going to bounce in for ball 3. After Lipinski, it is Peters who is in the on-deck circle. And still a chance for T3 to continue hitting around. Greenwood's 3-1. It is a good drive deep to right field. That one is going to one-hop off of the fence. 1 run is in. They send a second home. There is no contest at the plate. It is a 2 RBI double for Hayden Lipinski. Yet another big hit for the T3 Warhawks. That makes it an 11-2 ball game. 9 runs have scored in this frame. Absolutely out of this world from T3. And now it is Peters back in. A chance to make it just a cool 10-run inning. A lot of this still coming with 2 outs. First pitch, a little bit of eerie music there. 1-0. I mean, the lead was already taken. It was 4-2 by the time that out number 2 was recorded. But since then, 4 walks and 3 hits, 2 of which were extra base hits. The 1-0 is off the plate for ball 2. Absolutely no answers for this. This is the definition of any given day, or in this case, any given inning. The 2-0 off the plate for ball 3. And looking at Greenwood's balance, I don't think it's intentional what he's doing. But if it is, it's throwing off his delivery. Cook in the on-deck circle, he gave this squad the lead, a chance to further increase it. And he will not step in quite yet. That is strike 1 as it just graces the zone. Three balls, 1 strike. Greenwood trying to do it again here. The pitch. Hit foul down the left field line, and we are full. And I think given the score and given where we are going to see a lot larger of a zone here. Now, keep in mind, if this score was what we had ending the 6th, the game would have been done there. We went from very close game, potentially a tie, to a scoreline that would have been enough to end the game in the 5th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. It is going to be a drop third, but the tag will end the inning at long last. Greenwood comes in and gets the final out via the strikeout. But the T3 Warhawks, out of nowhere, played a total of 9 runs in the top of the 7th inning. The defense looking to sure up the win when we return. T3 11, force Ohio to your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. T3 3 outs away from celebrating a great come-from-behind victory as we enter this final half inning. 11-2 is your score. The Warhawks plating 9 in this frame. That's more than enough to put them in this spot, as really it was out of nowhere that the offense got rolling. Keep in mind, through 6 innings, they scored 2 runs. In the 7th alone, they scored 9. This T3 squad is a dangerous group, and as pool play continues and as we start to establish our top teams in this region, this is going to be a performance to look at and say, okay, they're up there with Force Mancuso. They're up there with the wow factor. They can hang with either of those two. On the 0-1, swing and a miss, now 0-2. Based on today, from what I've seen from these teams, I would say wow factor, Mancuso, Force, and this T3 squad are going to be your 3 finalists in the championship brackets. The 0-2 bounces wide for ball 1. The Mash Factory squad, 15U, just not as much experience as some of these other groups. Put them in the 15U and they do great. But the 16U, I think they might win one more game. They'll end maybe 2-2 at the best. But I think they'll end 1-3. The 1-2 upstairs for ball 2. The B2 squad just couldn't get the offense rolling enough in that game. They were able to try and come back, but if the defense lets up for that long against any of those other top opponents, they're going to be done. The 2-2 fouled away. Looking at this Force squad, a lot of good promise, but climbing out of this 11-run allowed differential is going to be tough. And in a tiebreaker against even this T3 squad, they're not going to have it. And then that leaves us release 0-2. Unless they win out and unless they pretty much don't allow another run, their campaign is going to be done. And that leaves us with T3, Force Mancuso, and the wow factor. 2-2 is off the plate for ball 3, and we are full. Stick with us after this game officially goes final in a few moments. Then we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Payoff pitches inside for ball 4. And Plass will walk for the second time today, leading off the final half inning. Now that'll bring in Logestrand. Strand so far in this game, a double and a ground out. But at long last, after a long 5-game day at Skeeles Field, the ending is in sight, and we should have a nice bow to put on top of this one to wrap it up. But it has been a fun day of baseball. A lot of good players on display, as expected. Ground ball hit between short and third. Ramos scoops it up. No play over at first. And that is going to put 2 on with nobody out. Forrest not ready to call it quits quite yet. And that'll now bring in Luke Neal or somebody replacing him. Or excuse me, no, that goes to Malik. Malik so far a line out and a ground out. In the meantime, we will have a pinch runner in here for Forrest, as that is going to be a player not on our active roster. We will look to get ID on who that is. First pitch is going to hit for strike 1. But just a tough finish all the way around. A lot of takeaways from this game. A lot in regards to T3 and a couple in regards to Force. Good drive over towards short. Ramos fields it beautifully. Throw to 1 in time for the double play. Outs 1 and 2 recorded. Nicely done by Manny Ramos over at short. A hard hit one-hopper. He reads it perfectly. That is not easy to do, especially given the pace behind that swing. You'll see it here. Reads it nicely and gets a 6-4-3 double play. And finally, the T3 Warhawks can sound the final countdown. Now 1 out away from getting this one over with. First pitch runs inside for ball 1. But T3 up by 9. They have really taken control down the stretch. The 1-0 is going to miss for ball 2. In the on-deck circle, it is Lavelle. Neal trying to bring in 1 run and make it a little bit closer. Ground ball hit towards Toyota at second. Throw to 1. It is in time, and that is going to do it. The T3 Warhawks, in dominating fashion down the stretch, get the job done, and they walk out of here with an 11-2 victory over Force Ohio Cruz. We will step aside one final time as the teams exchange pleasantries and handshakes to hear a word from our sponsor. But stick with us. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center in Strongsville. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. (11-2) your final score at Skeeles Field on the campus of Akron University. It is the T3 Warhawks walking out of here with a big victory, 11-2. Your player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. You could go a number of directions with this. All it took was 1 hit to change the game. Aiden Cook over the center fielder's head. He is your player of the game with what ended up being the winning RBI triple. The rally had to start somewhere, and it started with the catcher, and he got the job done in the end. Had a couple of pass balls early, but it's not about how you start in the game of baseball. It is about how you finish, and that is why he is our player of the game. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, as well as subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It has no cost, and it greatly helps out all we do at SmeeSports. Our next broadcasts are going to be on Sunday, probably here at Akron for the 15U and 16U championships of the Zips Invite. Looking forward to those games. If that is the case, 8:30, 10:45, 1, and 3:15 first pitches. No games Friday and Saturday as we took care of all of our pool play games today, doing all 5 contests. If you're watching at home and want to rewatch the other 4 games, go under the live tab once this one is done, and you can find those. If it is not working, it means those are not completely uploaded yet. You go to the homepage and scroll long enough. Eventually, it will pop up. Annoying, yes. A YouTube flaw, yes. But that is how we're going to deal with this, as I don't run YouTube. I don't have that much pool, believe it or not. As well, if you want to help us out in a monetary fashion, 2 options. 1, become a broadcast sponsor. Info on your screen right now. Contact us. We would love to work out a deal with you. As well, we also have a full sponsorship menu on the website under an old article. We are going to be reposting that in a couple of days, kind of retooling it and laying out all of our options, especially, I don't know if you're watching from Minerva right now, but if you're a Minerva person watching, we need sponsors for Minerva games desperately. Please let us know. We would love to make something happen. Other option to help us out monetarily, it is with a donation on the website, SmeeSports.com. Under the donation tab, you can leave us a tip/donation there. And from there, all of those proceeds will help out the channel doing all that we do. There is a monetary burden to these broadcasts, travel, equipment maintenance, all the above. Once again, we're not just a YouTube channel. We are an enterprise, SmeeSports LLC. This is month 3 as a business. There are other costs than just running the SmeeSports family of social media platforms, as this is a business with other things. So any little bit helps, but it is definitely not a requirement, as all of our mediums are free and will be forever free here on SmeeSports as long as we are in operation. But that'll do it from Skeeles Field on the campus of Akron University. Always a good time here in Akron. Thank you one final time to Akron Baseball for allowing us to use their beautiful press box today. And again on Sunday, if we choose to come back here, we really do appreciate it, as that makes our broadcast a lot better, as we do not have to worry about overheating equipment or overheating personnel in my case. Once again, a beautiful game from T3 in the end. They kept it close enough, and finally, when the offense was ready, they took control. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from the heart of Akron, and we will see you again soon. This has been the 2025 Zips Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with. Thank you all for joining us throughout the day.